Hey guys, kens97sto171 back with another ATS video. Today we are live streaming. Got a little crappy, well, not that crappy, camera down there. Don't have a great way to mount it, so right now I just stuck it on top of the PC, looking up at me. It's not great, but it's the best I can do because I can't find my 10-foot extension cable to mount it over here on top of the monitor I have over here. I'm using OBS as my streaming software. We're playing ATS. Figured I might try this and see whether I prefer this to maybe just recording and posting the videos. Because the nice thing is, after the stream is done, they go as live as videos. Don't know what the quality will be like. I guess I'll find out. This is going to be a long one. And we've got this T680 right here. We already have a load on us. Sorry for the chewing gum, guys. We are headed from Phoenix to Alexandria, Louisiana. 1,300-mile drive. This part should be pretty quick. I think it's all I-10 basically. 44,000, so we're pretty heavy. And this truck is a Kenworth T680, but it's running a MX11, PACCAR MX11, which is a 10-liter diesel, 440 horsepower, I think, 1,600 pound-feet. It's mated with a PACCAR TX18. The TX12 was the standard transmission. The TX18 is an option, and I thought with less horsepower, more gears would be beneficial. I drove this over here empty. It seemed kind of slow, but it was skipping gears. Hard to tell. I noticed it was going between gears even then. So loaded, it probably won't do that. My camera is over here somewhere in the lower right, so you're probably going to not see some of the lower dash. That seemed to be the best place to stick the webcam. I'm just in some junky clothes. And obviously nobody's watching the stream because right now I have it unlisted, so I'm talking to nobody. But I'm going to pretend that I am, and then I'll go back and watch the video myself later just to see how it goes. And I think I can make it go live as a video later, so it'll still be a valuable test to see how this works. Everything looks okay on the screen. I'm looking at, I have another monitor over here, which I would show you, but I can't. I've got a secondary monitor that I hooked up with OBS running, and so I can see what the game's doing over there. We'll see how this goes. So let's start her up and let's get going.
Let's go.
This a little closer to me. Let us reset our trip. Parking brakes off. And it's still skipping gears. Light throttle. That mirror is not in the right. That mirror is not in the right adjustment right there. I did adjust this, but it's obviously not correct. You're seeing too much of the trailer. There you go. That's more appropriate. That's already maxed out. Okay. All right, guys. I was just noticing that the UI mirror up there in the top right was showing
Turn left.
the trailer. Actually, so is the left rear. The left side actually is too. Oops, wrong way. You really want it to just almost disappear. Okay, good enough. Sorry, guys. Turn left. The reason I got the second, my plan was to use the webcam. You can't see it right here. It's the one that does my head tracking for me. And I was going to use it. I read you could use it both, that it could split the screen. It could be your webcam as well as your head tracker. But when I enabled it for the stream, it disappeared as available in Beam Eye Tracker. So I'll look into that, because then you'd be looking straight at me. sure I want to stress, you know, this camera has a lot going on with the head tracking.
Get ready to turn left.
I should possibly reverse the cameras
Turn
though.
left.
But I really wanted a camera. Oh God, this thing does not want to stop. You really want this is a Brio 4K. You really want a good camera for your head tracking. You need the frame rate, not the resolution, but you need the frame rate. So it's capturing at 120 frames per second. And if I glance to the left, guys, it's because I'm looking at the OBS screen just to make sure everything's okay. Oh, shit. Short shifting even.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Boy, this is going to be slow.
Keep left, and then continue straight on.
My hope is that it's very fuel efficient, but I just drove the same truck
Go straight on.
with a Cummins X15 efficiency, 500 horse, similar gear ratio, and averaged 9.5 miles per gallon over a 1,300 mile drive. That's really excellent. We'll see if we get anything similar. There's no point in having less power unless it's going to be more fuel efficient. The Tesla Model S right there. They just discontinued that. Model S and Model X are, this is the last year for them. Kind of sucks. I always thought the Model S was their. Yeah, it's still sitting. It's still skipping gears. We are heavy. I mean, 40. I'm just gonna go, guys. Don't do this in real life. That was a red light, but we also had a green arrow. Torque in this engine is like 900 RPM or 950. lights on order that you can put facing you to light my face up a little bit more. That'll be helpful for the screen, but also it'll make the head tracking the head tracker work better. You can dim them, change the color, and put them like right there and right there. So right now I got like kitchen lights on, and I've got a big bright light over here. It's kind of annoying. We'll see what these studio lights look like. They may be too obnoxious. I don't know.
Keep left.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the webcam, I had that webcam. I bought both the Brio and that similar times just to see the little 720. I forget which one that one is.
Go straight on.
But it will work for head tracking, and it's like a $20 webcam. I got the Brio for a discount because I bought it used, new in a box, but it was used.
Keep left.
Retail, they're kind of expensive. But if you're going to do head tracking, this is that place where it's really curvy. You gotta watch your speed through here.
Keep left.
This should be the last one. It's really curvy until we get to El Paso. Then we gotta slow down a little bit again. Yeah, my microphone's pink. You see the edge of it right there? The pink the pink model was like $20 cheaper than the other color. And I was like, who the hell cares? Nobody's gonna see the microphone when I bought it. I was just using it to record.
Go straight on.
Speaking of that, did I turn that back up? Oh my god, don't want to redo that, guys. That's what happens when you get distracted. You gotta be in the other lane. Well, so far, I'm not that impressed. We're averaging 6.2. We'll make a judgment call until we get past El Paso, where there's a little bit less hills. It took a while for it to stabilize with the other truck too, but I think it was already significantly better than this.
Go straight
combined
on.
with the PACCAR transmission, should be the most efficient option. Doesn't mean it is in the game. It also doesn't mean that the game's realistic to real life. Also in the game, I mean, in reality, you're not worried about fuel economy that much in reality in the game. You know, it's kind of an interesting challenge. It's pumping 80. When I did a trip the last time, I ran basically 5 over. Let's go into the settings real quick and go to manual mode because it's not upshifting to 18th gear, which is not really surprising. The other one did that too. You could definitely be running an 18th gear. Peak torque is 900 revs. Well over that. Big bump right there. See if it calls us into the way station or not. Bypass. I love how it turns on the brights right in their face. I think it said that. And the fuel economy's up 7.4 now. We're still climbing. I still think we were right through here. I think we were doing 8 point something with the other engine. So it may just be the X15 is more efficient, or maybe that this engine is overstressed for this application. It's quite possible. The MX11 is more used in like light duty regional work. It just happened to be the engine I put in this truck. I built this particular truck to be like a small engine efficiency truck. And so I just picked the lower power. I didn't notice it was in an X11. So then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, what kind of engine is that? And it's a different variant of the MX series. You know, but if we're not doing better by, let's say, you know, somewhere over here. Maybe around here somewhere in Junction. There's a repair shop there. There's one right off the highway here. There's one right off the highway there too. Not as close. I'd like to give it a fair shot, so let's go farther rather than less far. So somewhere east of Junction. Maybe this one right here. This one's right off the highway. Yeah. Then we still have quite a bit of ways on I-10 to the destination to see, you know, what the difference is. Either that or in Junction here. Let's do this one instead. That's even more obvious off the highway. And it's a little more 50-50. So we can always, if we end up having good fuel economy by the time we get here, we can always just keep going.
Drive safe.
Except, you know, we are heavy. This is not a light truck. You know, 44,000 something in the box. We're probably slightly over gross. Bump right here too. Boink. Nope, stream's still going okay. So it says no drop frames. I just looked over and I thought I saw 0. Maybe it doesn't matter. You know, again, this is not being broadcasted live. I'm still a little bit new and a little bit, you know, nervous about streaming live. I've never done that before. Lights, and I think everything completely set up the way I want it to. You know, this is just sort of a preliminary test. Probably not gonna, you know, white car up there just poking along, half a mile an hour faster than the other guy, or not at all. Jesus Christ. We're going more than the speed limit still. Jesus Christ.
Keep left.
But I have to move that OBS screen a little bit closer to me. And now that we get past all that fucking traffic, everybody coming to El Paso where we gotta slow down. Wow, you can't run like you live in Mr. Police Officer.
Keep left.
It's a little dangerous to run 80 through here. This is right here is a little much. Sometimes. This next one here too. Speed limit through here is actually 60. Nobody goes 60. 80 is more than you would do. 65 or 70 is the typical traffic flow through the city here. And once you get out of the city to the east here, it goes to 75 and then pretty quickly 80. Everybody runs 85 basically. You can safely run 85 all the way across Texas, pretty much. Midland, Odessa, speed limit drops to 65.
Keep
You do
left.
want to watch it through Midland, Odessa. There's going to be police on the side of the road that might be there. Also, it's kind of a legitimately appropriate speed. There's a lot of heavy truck traffic and oversized loads, low boys carrying big equipment and stuff like that. So it's the exits are a bit short and they're kind of weird. So it makes sense that it's it is that speed. When you put stuff in front of the camera like that, it messes up the head tracking.
Keep left.
Hello, Mr. Police Officer. Well, I think we have our answer on the efficiency. I asked ChatGPT, just talking about, and of course ChatGPT doesn't know I'm talking about the simulator. I was asking about in real life, well, I assume it's the case, because it was giving me real life answers about real transmissions available in this truck, and it kind of mentioned that the TX12 transmission might be the more fuel efficient one, but since this thing is such low power, I thought more gears would be useful. Standard MX13 is 500 horsepower. But I don't remember the efficiency being hey, what's the challenge today? And it's, do something heavy, pull a low boy that's heavy, or try to get the best fuel economy possible. And we might be running too fast for that. This engine, what the hell is that? Something just turned like this turning wheel. I think it's maybe it's 65 to 70 would be the appropriate speed for this engine. And this is the speed I was going with the other truck, so it's still apples to apples.
Keep left.
ChatGPT if you could blend the Cummins engine with the PACCAR transmission, and the answer was no. The PACCAR transmission and the PACCAR engines blend. They talk to each other. They're designed to be together for the most efficiency. But the reality here is this is not more efficient than the X15 with a even fuller 18 speed. So. But I don't like the dash as much, and it's kind of a big deal. This dash gives you all the information you need in a very laid out, easy to read, laid out way, and you can actually read the damn numbers. The Cascadia has a dash that's about that size, and it's mostly empty space, and what is filled is kind of pointless. I think we need I-10. We're taking I-10, aren't we? We are. Okay, so I'm going to have to get over.
Keep right.
Thank you. You really need to tell me that a little sooner. It's one thing I really do wish they could fix in the game is to make the navigation better. More realistic. This engine does not really seem to have any significant trouble moving along. And neither did the X15 efficiency 500. I thought that might be a bit on the weak side too. I think it's a 500. Give me a second here, we can actually look. may be the problem. It's just a small engine overstressed. Maybe it's designed for, 60 miles an hour, like intercity type work. There's plenty of trucks that do that kind of work. The truck that delivers the bread, sodas, snacks and stuff. I would rather just stream and then have the video go live. One of the problems I have is I record a bunch of videos, and then suddenly I'm 6 or 7 videos behind. And it takes, to upload like 6 or 7 videos, it's going to take like 3 days, 2 days. And trying to label them, and plus they take up space on the computer, and it's not an inconsequential amount of space. Cummins X15 is not pleasant to listen to when the revs get up higher. When they're lower, it's not bad. But a little annoying.
Exit right.
Is this our...
Exit right.
Is this our place to change the engine? Yes, it is. Okay, well, we're going to do that. This engine is not doing that great. And slow down, slow down, slow.
Turn right.
It's on the right, okay. I thought it was. It's going right. Oh, that window's down. That happens to me a lot. Certain button on my sim dashboard right here, which you guys can't see, sometimes triggers that window to go down. Usually it's the start stop recording button, which I didn't use today, but maybe I left it down from earlier yesterday because I did start a video yesterday and then so that window's been down this whole drive, so this thing is pretty quiet. Let's go in here. And so what we want to do is look at the engine. And it's a PACCAR MX11, 440 horse, 1,700 pound-feet at 900. And it's the Steel Productions engine pack. So what we need to decide that we want to do, and of course these are all the available mods. So let's look at that. Let's put that in there too. So that's a factory part. Maybe that's the reason this isn't working so well. Of course, you could always just do that, and here's the only PACCAR, this 510 horsepower model. That's the only one that's available in the stock truck. So that might be what we got to run. I was thinking about, let's see if there's a MX13 that's, 455 horse. What did we say this thing was? 440, 445. 455. This one has more torque. I wonder what MT means. Okay, so the MT, I was looking at ChatGPT. I tell you, it's been helpful for a lot of different things I've done lately. MT is the multi-torque. Engine has calibration that provides increased maximum torque at certain conditions. The non-MT uses standard torque curve that the base rating specifies. Doesn't include the elevated torque output range. Okay, so that's why this is 1700 and that's not. So we would want the more torque. And then this one has even more. EPA 24, 1850. What's the torque in the one we have now? 1700. Generally, torque is what... Oh, 1750, is that what I said? That is what I said, right? Yeah, 1700. We probably want to have a similar torque number because I think the fuel efficiency is based on torque, not horsepower. Interesting that you can get a 400 horsepower one that's the same torque. That's impressive. Well, we'll pick this one, I think. You can also enable all and then go in here and type in MX. And it'll, I mean, there's some that are, that's got MX right there, but it'll show you all of the MXs. So I think we're going to do that. 455 horse MT. And then the transmission we have is also a PACCAR TX18 T26. That seems about right on the ratio. There is no higher. I would go 215 if there was one, but there isn't on the PACCAR TX18. So that was the tallest ratio available in the list. So we can keep that as it is. Let's give this a whirl and see if we do better fuel economy with this engine. It's got 10 more horsepower and a tiny bit more torque, but all right. Let's see if there's any services that need to be done. Holy shit, tires are worn out on the truck. That could be affecting fuel economy too. All right, let's get back to it.
Time to get the job done.
Interesting, the trip info is different. There we go. So we're at 7.3 is our average right now. Let's hit reset. Is there fuel here? Close by. Yes, there is. So we'll turn around and go back out. We'll go ahead and get fuel again, so we have a full load of fuel to compare equally. So we'll actually turn left out of here.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Sometimes you really need to go external. Otherwise, you really... Oh, shit. Let's also go back to automatic mode, at least for a while, and see if it, behaves differently. We may have to go back to manual mode. There's fuel up here. We'll go ahead and pull back up. It sounds better, and it's revving up more than the other one did.
right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Engine definitely sounds different. Ah, the phone is blowing up. It's annoying. There's a cool feature in this truck, in the game. When I'm done fueling, take a listen. Gas cap going on. Door opening. Door shut. Seatbelt. There's an opportunity for us to scale.
Rear computing.
Yep. Over gross. Nope, we're gonna hit that trailer. Oddly, this engine seems to have less low-end grunt. Weird. Starting off. It's kind of unusual. Doesn't seem like it's we'll give it a try. We can always try a different engine. You know, we'll learn together. Maybe you just need to go with the stock T680 510 horsepower that's in the game. Stop.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Come on, get your fucking mind. Not what I meant to do. I had to change the buttons earlier this week. The recenter and the turn signal button switched. And so I went to go hit the turn signal button and hit the recenter head tracking button instead. I'll do that again here once I get straight and a little bit off. the audio recording. The sampling that they did. Really weird how that other engine really liked to stay around 1,000 revs and automatically shift there.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Okay, wait, why? Why? What the hell's going on? Oh, we're cutting around San Antonio. Okay. Just making sure.
Turn right.
So far, fuel economy's been sucking ass doing on this engine too. Of course, it's revving quite a bit. Come on. It did go to 18 there, so. Give it some time. We got 460 miles to go. If we don't do any better with this one, then we'll know better, and maybe the next step would be to try just the stock PACCAR MX13 that's in the T680 that comes stock in this truck with this truck. And it would have been matched with the TX12. Could be the other problem is this maybe this transmission isn't that efficient. Sorry guys, we're blowing that. Don't do that in real life, guys. I need to readjust the brake pedal. I'm having to apply way
Go straight on.
brake, actual physical brake force. I think that maybe the calibration's gotten messed up.
Go straight on.
Well, it's upshifting now. Maybe it takes a little time for it to learn. I don't know. It's not going to be a really fair comparison because this part is stop and go traffic through here. Maybe we go back to a manual mode. Try to force it to stay around 1,000 revs. Peak torque's 900 RPM in this engine, so
Go straight on.
still going. I actually kind of like that angle for the camera, but it needs to be higher. So when my lights come, I think I might be able to come up with a solution to mount the camera on the light so far we are not doing better. But it's not really totally fair. A little bit more highway to go, and if we don't, I might even reset the trip again.
Keep left.
Maybe I need to just go on ChatGPT. Be like, so which PACCAR engine in American Truck Simulator is the most fuel efficient? What engine transmission combo? On the highway, or are we? Yeah, we do. Okay. We still have some more to go before we get back onto I-10. Hoping I could have got that camera to stream simultaneously, because it's got a little privacy lid you can put over it. You know, if you got to get up and do something for a minute, go to the bathroom or whatever. I can turn the mic off by tapping the bottom of it here. It disables it and mutes it. You can tell when the lights are on the mic, it's listening. If you tap the bottom of the mic, it goes dark. It's a super easy way, an obvious way to know when you're muted and not muted. And the camera in front here. The other option would be to get like Tobii Eye Tracker, which I think maybe works better than the Beam Eye Tracker software for like, see the delay there? I don't know. It's not ideal. It seems worse in the screen. So Tobii Eye Tracker might be the thing you want to do. But the problem is it's a couple $100. You got to wear a thing on your hat. It's not ideal. But then the advantage would be I can use this much better Brio 4K for the selfie cam. Although the video of me isn't really that important. In some ways I'd kind of rather it be a little crappy and fuzzy. You know, you're not really here to look at me, you're here to look at the game. Oh wait, no, that's east. Or west. We need to go east. That's what I meant. Motherfucker. Maybe it's the transmission. Maybe it's the TX18. I don't know. I didn't go with the TX18 Pro. There was a Pro model, which was more heavy duty, but it was available only in shorter ratios. So maybe I need to go with it. Try something. I'd really like to have one with the Cummins and one with the PACCAR engine in it.
Keep right. Keep right. Keep left.
I mean, it seems to pull perfectly fine. Maybe I should have gone with the lower torque number, or the lower horsepower one. And when I ran the Cummins X15 efficiency in the other
Keep left.
truck, we ran across I-10. We were running 80, 85 most of that way. So it's definitely we're less efficient. We're less efficient than we were in the last engine. So, which by the horsepower number should be the case, but something's not right with the combination. I don't know what it is. There were some lower horsepower versions. I went with the 500 horsepower efficiency
Keep left.
in the X15 in that other truck. There were some lower horsepower models, so that might be an option to put in this one. Use the same transmission as the other one, but go even lower power. Just test that. I mean, mean, I drove trucks with 350 horsepower, 380 horsepower. You know, they're slow, but they haul freight once you're up to speed. Where the hell are we going? Okay, we're staying on I-10 till we're exiting off. Okay. Okie dokie. We're actually pretty close now. A little fast for this corner. That was a little fast. But this and the X15 both have good torque down low, 900 revs or so. So you can let them lug, you know, like right here, it's, you know, it's pulling down, but just let it pull. It'll do it.
Keep left.
Peak torque on this is, I think, 900 RPM. So, you know, as long as you're right around there, there's no reason to downshift. Not really.
Keep left.
Oh, my neck. I'd really like to play music during my stream, but I need to look and find out if there's any non-copyright, you know, music. Boy, it got dark all of a sudden.
Keep left.
Look at that, and then right up here the sun's back out. Or maybe it's overhead lights. Not really sure. They got pretty overcast right there.
Keep left.
Yeah, this is my favorite truck on the modern trucks. I'll tell you the other truck I really like, actually, though. It's much more simplistic than this. It's got a more regular dash analog cluster. Is the International LT. That's got a S13 engine from Scania, essentially made by Scania, blended with the T14 transmission. That one's also pretty efficient, but it's not 9.5 miles per gallon efficient like we got with the X15. But it's a very pleasant truck to drive. All standard mirrors, doesn't have the digital dash.
Keep left.
But it's a very pleasant truck to drive also. It's easy to drive, it's pretty short. It's got decent headlights also. And that'd probably be my favorite, like, modern, non-digital crap truck.
Keep left.
But I much prefer this over the Cascadia. Just the interior. I like the physical mirrors, the digital mirrors and the physical mirrors. You can have that in the Cascadia, but you get the full size.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
I think we got better fuel economy when we drove the 620 horsepower version of this engine. My might be an interesting try to do that. The big power engine with the 18-speed Paccar. See how they blend together. That would be the other alternative, is just use the white truck for efficiency and make this one the powerful one. I have another T, and I have another. Your fan kick off. Oh no. Yeah, I've got another one of these with a big motor in it. So if I can't find a PACCAR engine and trans combo for this that's efficient, maybe just sell the truck. And you have the X15 efficiency one that's white. And the big powerful one, it's like a ruby black red. It's really sharp looking. Just, put down the truck choices a little bit. Need to try another one of these loads just with the stock 510 horse. Or ask the AI.
Go straight on. Keep right, and then turn right.
If you guys were wondering, I am sitting in a recliner, which is not exactly ideal for driving because the chair moves as you. But it is ideal for comfort.
Turn right.
Fuckers. Feels good to do that with my neck. Just bend it back. Thought about buying like a real truck driver chair that you could adjust with height. Really don't want to have the camera. I thought the camera behind me looking down at my controls might be interesting. It's like 173 degrees. I wonder why the maybe the air conditioning's turned on. I don't even know if there's a that's set or settable. Having the air conditioning on will make that fan run like that when the AC compressor goes on.
Get ready to turn left. turn left.
Yeah.
Here we are, safe
I
and
don't remember
sound.
what our cargo is. Potassium. I knew it was some kind of chemical. God, all the way in the back there. So we're going to turn right and then... best way to do this. See how really it has a difficult time getting going. Crap parking job. That's actually not bad considering the angle I started out there. I'd like to get it straight. If possible. Alright guys, let's see what our stats are. Where's my phone? That's terrible efficiency. .8. It's not terrible, but it's way off 9.5. Alright guys, that'll be it for this video and stream. I keep saying video. It's more stream. Let's take a look real quick though at that other the other T680 I've got. There they are. So this one has got a ridiculous engine. I forget what it even is. It's a Cummins ISX18. I don't know. I'm not sure that's a real engine. I think it is. What is the group? Yeah, it's a mod 765. I don't even know if that's real. That one I probably ought to just delete. And then there's this one. This is the one I really like the color of this. It's really pretty. It's a black red. This one has the PACCAR PX-15, 660 horse. This one 900 RPM. That's a good engine, and I've got it paired with the same engine, that TX18. So I already did that pairing with this. And then the other truck. I really wish you would go back to where you were. And then there's this one. This is the super efficiency one. This one's running the X15 efficiency, 500 horsepower, 1,800 pound-feet. more torque than the one we just drove, and more power by 50 horsepower. And it's paired with a Eaton EX-DP. This is an automated manual. It's a pretty modern version, 215 ratio. This thing got 9.5 miles per gallon across a similar trip that we just did. So I need to pare these down. Like that one's great. That one works out great. The one that has 660 horse. This one worked quite well. I don't remember what the fuel efficiency was on it, but it's pretty great. This one's ridiculous. So, all right, guys, I think that will be it for the video and the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If anybody ever actually sees this, again, this is more of a test stream just to see how it works. And this was about as long of a stream as I'm going to do. About an hour, hour and a half is probably the longest I'll do. So I think we're going to call it quits. And I don't actually know how we end the stream because I don't know how to get over to the other monitor. I think I have to exit ATS. I don't know if I want to do that though. Yeah, that's what I got to do. All right, guys, have a good one. Be safe out there. That's what I always tell people. Be safe.